Now, at school, Victorian children didn't do their work on paper. Instead, they used slates, which were like a mini blackboard, and that could be used again. And they also learnt to do laundry, and it was considered a vital part of education for Victorian girls. Victorians believed that healthy bodies made healthy minds, so all schools set aside a time for exercise. Most children had a small yard for drill classes, jogging on the spot, lifting weights, and stretching in formation. Boys at private schools played team sports including soccer, cricket, and rugby. Rugby was reportedly invented during a soccer match at rugby school in 1823 when a boy named William Webb Ellis caught the ball and ran with it. So, the 19th century saw enormous changes in the way children were educated. At the start of Victoria's reign, around two-thirds of people in Britain were illiterate, meaning that they couldn't read or write. Schooling cost money, which most parents couldn't afford, so many children went without. For the children who did go to school, the sort of education that they received varied greatly. Boys from wealthy families were mostly sent to illiterate private schools, where they learnt Latin and Greek before going on to universities. Their sisters' schooling was often more limited. They took lessons at home in subjects such as needlework and music. For children from poor families, they were schools run by charities and churches, and dame schools where unmarried women taught in their own homes. But even those schools charged a small fee, which was often too high for the poorest families. Education for all. Over the years, the government began to take more responsibility for children's education. From the 1870s, education was provided for everyone, and hundreds of new schools were built. By the end of Victoria's reign, education was compulsory and free for all children up to 12 years old. The nation was now better educated than ever before. The 3 R's. Lessons focused on what the Victorians called the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. A lot of the work was dull by today's standards. Pupils repeated what the teacher told them again and again until they knew it by heart. Talking in class was strictly forbidden, and teachers often beat naughty or less able pupils. In addition to the 3 R's and subjects such as history and geography, children were taught practical skills to prepare them for work in trades. Boys learnt skills to prepare them for work in trades. Boys learnt mathematics, woodwork, and technical drawing. Girls were given lessons in cooking, sewing, and housework.